Hey everybody, Jonathan Wolk with Wolk 360, and we've got a very exciting day today. We're gonna take my beautiful wife, Melinda, Taylor Wolk.
That's right.
Through our Northfield project, and want you guys to meet her. She's a key part of the team, and want to show her what we do in the field.
Thanks, Jonathan. I'm Melinda Taylor Wolk. I am part of the team. Actually, if you want to know what I do with Wolk 360 is I keep him in line, I keep the books in line, and I also bring a lot of fun and joy to the projects. And I'm kind of cute, as you can see. Let's go.
On these types of projects, logistics is always key. And so we're working in the lower level of the house, and so we're coming around the back. We did add a tankless hot water heater, which you'll see inside. We wound up doing it inside because we couldn't get the proper placement outside. And when we're done, we'll seed and straw this, because this has basically been our pathway for the last month or so as we've been working on this project. So here in the Northfield, using this backyard kind of as our staging area. And so when you're doing a renovation like this, you've got to have somewhere where you can do the work, where you can lay down materials. We have the fortunate logistical situation where we can use the backyard. We do try to be sensitive to grass and things like that and not destroy it, but we do have a little working area, as you can see back behind us. And because you can't necessarily have everything kept inside while we're doing the inside work and laying down floors and stuff like that.
So what happens when y'all are done?
So we've laid down some straw temporarily to help protect it, but then we'll come back and do seed and hay, and that'll help grow it back. And then any of these areas where stuff's been sitting, we'll clean that up and put down some hay and straw.
That's awesome. And so then also too, as you know how I'm crazy about noise and stuff, how do you coordinate? Like, are they gone? Where are they?
So
how does that happen?
Yeah, so they actually work partially from home.
Okay.
So we've had days where they're like, hey, we've got some meetings, what's going on this week or what's going on today. We're gonna be out of town for a week. Can we do sort of loud work that week?
So there's a schedule. And so when you first do it, does the schedule change a lot? Or when you're working with them, is it like every week you're like, this is what's happening? And are they cool with that? Or what's,
Yeah, it's a give and take.
Yeah.
It's, coordinating what they've got going on, especially in this case where they're actually living here. A lot of our renovation projects, we do try to get people to move out, but since this is on the lower level, it actually worked out well. So yeah, we do a lot of coordination going back and forth.
And one more thing too is like when you're building like this, and all I can see is up there, is like, how are you keeping like all the dust and all the stuff from getting in the house where they're living?
So we'll screen off. So in this case, it actually worked out pretty well. We had 2 rooms, so we basically screened those off, taped them off. And then for the upstairs, we had a big screen there where we had that essentially taped off as well. So to minimize as much dust goes up there. And then once we're all done, we'll come back and see this in about a week when we're finished. We'll come through with final cleaners, probably have them do an upstairs clean too, because there's probably dust everywhere.
Right. How are your crew picked? Because if someone was working in my house all day and I wasn't here, like what does that look like? How is Wolk 360's crews picked and how do you know that nothing's going to happen to someone's house or they're going to go up there and go,
well,
what does that look like?
You never know nothing's going to happen.
Right.
Our crew is obviously vetted, through references and stuff. Most of our crew we've been working with for years and years and years. So these are people we know that we've worked with time and time again. And so they're trusted partners.
Yeah.
And they're an extension of Wolk 360. And it is tough, and it's a lot for the homeowners to have, quote unquote strangers in their house.
Yeah. But they believe in you, huh?
But they do, and again, it's open and constant communication. People think they're done with the plans, and hey, come and do the work, and we'll we'll see you in a few weeks. But no, they're especially when you're living through the house when the renovation's happening, there's a constant communication on it. So now that we've looked at logistics, talked about the outside, let's take a look inside and see what's going on.
So Jonathan, when you came in here for the first time, what did it look like?
So we've got some footage of this from when it was just a straight old basement, you know.
Concrete. Hey, was it the old school
Old
concrete?
school.
Cold.
Yeah, cold. Had a washer dryer sitting in the corner.
Ooh.
And,
Hey, you remember the old washer and dryer?
Oh, yeah.
Shake and you'd be
Yeah,
good and it'd
yeah.
scare you to death. You'd be like, I'm not going down
And
there.
you had your furnace and all that. You know, now with the more modern houses, you've got bigger, more luxurious laundry rooms. And so they wanted to not have a basement feel and have sort of a big luxurious laundry room. So we've added a wash sink, then the washer, then the dryer, and we'll actually have a little pull-out cabinet between. We'll have a little table over here, like a folding table. And essentially what we did is we cleaned up, you know, it's still a basement. So we've got all this piping and ductwork and stuff that we had to work around, and HVAC air handler system. So we still needed to work around those things. And so we basically had that kind of where this is the sort of basement side of the house. So the basement and laundry room, sort of the utility side. And then this side is more the occupy area. So essentially this was set up so that this is kind of like the mudroom area where you're coming in from the back. You could come in if you're working in the yard, if you're coming in from a run or whatever, you could dump your clothes off and you can put it, you know, you got the laundry room right here.
Oh God, well, I love the laundry room. Who doesn't want a big laundry room? A washer, a dryer, a drawer pull out, and then you've got it's beautiful down there because it's kind of very authentic because you've got the concrete blocks that are down there, and then you've got your cool washer and dryer. Now you've got your indoor tankless water heater that's pretty fat, and I think a laundry room that's got drawers, stuff for you to put things. And even better is having a laundry room downstairs where you can walk in, and it's like you can drop everything. If you are a runner, as you can see, I'm a runner. I run all the time. Workout person. My yoga clothes will be downstairs all the time.
One of the key things that we talk about all the time is space saver. So one of the things that was taking up room here was a classic hot water heater tank. And one of the first things we talked about doing was going to the tankless hot water heater.
Is this the water from the ground?
Well, this is the water from the city.
The city.
Yeah, so your city water comes in, and then the hot water heater heats it up and then distributes it.
Okay, does that shoot up your hot water bill or does it bring it down?
No, it brings it down because you're not sitting there storing 50, 60, 80 gallons of water. You're basically heating it as you use it. Typically, we put this on the outside, but we weren't able to find a good spot for this to be on the outside, so it worked out well in sort of this utility area on the inside.
So with this too, Jonathan, like I love hot water.
Yeah.
Can I, you move that up and down?
Yeah.
And then is there one that you suggest over others, or how do you pick out your hot water?
Basically, Raleigh seems to be the leader in it,
does.
And that's what our plumber suggests, and so we basically go with his recommendation.
Cool.
Everybody knows you've got the big 50, 60, 70, 80 gallon hot water heaters. This sits on the floor, takes up all kinds of room. This is kind of like a backpack hanging on the wall. So this is a great example of space saving. And
a backpack hanging on the wall.
And in a lot of cases, this can be even outside, which even saves you more space.
Let me see, does it look like a backpack?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like I'm going to Mount Everest.
Yeah.
Ooh, did I get dust on my outfit?
No, you did not.
Thank God. All right, let's go.
As you see, as we transition to here, we were able to isolate all of the pipes and stuff onto that side. This essentially creates a nice transition. This was all open. And so what we did is we next to the stairs, we framed that in and created a storage area there. And then, so you still got some basement storage. And then we came in and we created this little niche. These will have granite tops on them, refrigerator here in the corner, a wine fridge here, a little bar sink here. And then what we've added to it is we came and we custom painted all the cabinets.
Oh, yeah, I like that. What is that? Do you know what color that is?
I do, but not off the top of my head.
It's a pretty, it's almost like a sage.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a
And
great.
then we'll have a couple of shelves here as well. So when we come back next week, we'll see this will all be finished up. But essentially this is like a little game room area right here.
I love this.
So we put in some can lights. We had a big beam coming down here down the middle. That's why we've got this bulkhead and some ductwork. But that created this as a much more finished space.
Awesome. When you are growing a family, or it's just two of you and you have family coming, to be able to have family downstairs and not up on you is so great. And for your people that actually your visitors to have their own space, because downstairs, as you can see, they're going to put a refrigerator down there. They've got cabinets down there. So I think it's really cool. I think that the whole project that they're doing with Jonathan as their architect, they really thought it out, and it's been able to become a space that not only will provide them years of happiness, but whoever may be the next homeowner, because that's what homeowners look for as well, is how many bedrooms we have, how many bathrooms, and can I put my family below me? Let's say the best part, what all women want to know about is this bathroom in here.
Yep.
This
and
tile work is amazing.
Yeah, so we're finishing up the tile work, but we wound up actually, so there's a couple of columns here in the wall, so we wound up spreading this out a little bit and making the shower even bigger. And this is so we'll have a nice big glass door on it. We'll have a vanity, toilet and vanity.
Well, Jonathan, let's just step in and show how big this shower is.
Yep.
It's a double shower.
Oh yeah. And we're going with all gold, fixtures, and we'll have a gold frame door, glass door here, so that they can wash the dog. They can wash them. So this is the biggest shower.
Oh, this is the dog shower. This is the bougie dog shower.
This is the biggest shower in the house.
Remind
this will probably be used quite frequently.
Remind me, Jonathan, that I want to come back as this dog.
Yes.
This shower.
Yep.
Wow. And then did the owners pick out the tile?
Yes.
I love this.
Yeah, she did a nice job.
Yeah.
Worked very closely with Sarah on the tile selections, the floor tile, the wall tile, the fixtures, the backsplash tile, which you'll see is kind of like a mirror tile. That'll be really cool once we get the tops in. Yeah, we got a nice vanity here. Yeah, came out really nice.
Yeah, it did. It's beautiful. Again, the most bougie dog shower we know in North Hills, Raleigh, right
Yeah.
here. The shower, for me, that shower bathroom is so important to have, especially when you do have dogs or kids, to have something like that. And the tile work is beautiful, but a step in, and I think sometimes people don't think about this, but as we get older, you need a step-in shower or a roll-in shower, either way. I mean, that's just really good thoughts. They've had a lot of good thoughts planning that shower around the family. And so I love that. And then how often are you talking to the owners about that?
Oh, well, because they're here, we're probably in communication practically every single day.
Yeah.
Especially here at the end of the job, there's some things that they've ordered that they want to make sure are here to get, installed.
So you're okay with that? Like when you're doing a job, like
you got it. It's constant communication. I think a lot of people underestimate, feel like, okay, we've got the plans done and we've made our selections, we're done. It's constant communication, constant input. Things are changing. They want to make changes. Initially we were going to do one sort of cabinet pulls. Now we're doing other cabinet pulls. So she's got those ordered. As she came down here and saw this, she's like, oh, that'd be a great place for some artwork. Can we add an art light there? So we're in the process of doing that. So yeah, there's a lot of things happening and changing as you go. Try to avoid changes, but if it makes it a little better, a little nicer, and these little custom touches really add to the job, that's the part that we really love about it.
I have to tell you, babe, Jonathan, it's been awesome today. I'm usually on work sites, but I'm usually just kind of mulling around, looking around. But today you really helped me out, helped me understand some fundamentals of what you go through every day. And now that I'm joining the team, I'll be able to see what to expect. And so I learned a lot, so I appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, that's great. Well, thanks for joining us today. So if you're thinking of doing something similar, you have a basement you want to renovate or do some renovations at your house, feel free to give us a call, 919-291-7622. Come out and take a look, see what you've got, talk through what your scope is, what your budget is, and the Wolf 360 process and how we work through design and construction. Thank you for joining us today. We'll be back in about a week or so to see what it all looks like finished up, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Welcome to Northfield.